Michael MacNeil, Ph.D., class of '82. The Wendy's commercial used to ask, "Where's the beef?" Michael MacNeil always knew where the beef was. His question was, how can the beef be produced more efficiently? His answer initially was met with skeptics, but now genetics has become one of the standard inputs in determining the cost of producing beef. And now, MacNeil, a research geneticist with USDA's Agricultural Research Service, is considered by some of his peers as one of the leading beef geneticists in the world. His theories on genetics and economic benefit have become foundational in the industry. The key word is become. Wade Schaefer, Director of Performance Programs at the American Semental Association, says the beef cattle industry was very slow to recognize the critical importance of melding economics with genetics for decision-making purposes. That didn't stop it from being a high priority for MacNeil since the beginning of his career. That career began as a research assistant in 1976 at Montana State, and later that same year at SDSU. He was here through 1980. Schaefer says in the early years, MacNeil was very much a lone ranger. However, since the industry has begun to accept the concept of using genetics in decision-making, Dr. MacNeil's technology has seen widespread usage and acclaim. Scott Simplot, the chair of Simplot Company, an international agricultural conglomerate, says Mike is a bovine genetics superman. Simplot explains, MacNeil knows how hard it is to turn a profit in commodity agriculture. He knows what razor-thin margins are, and if genetics can't pay, he says so. It takes an extraordinary person to boil science down to real-world economic decisions in the cattle chute. Industry's embrace of MacNeil's technology can be seen in the awards he's received. Since 1989, MacNeil has been at the Fort Keogh Livestock Range Research Laboratory at Miles City, Montana. In 2002, the Federal Laboratory Consortium honored it as the outstanding lab in the Mid-Continent region. In 2004, he was part of the team that won the Golden Hereford Breeder Award from the American Hereford Association. And also that year, he received the Administrator's Postdoctoral Research Award from the USDA. In 2005, he received Continuing Service Award from the Beef Improvement Federation, and in 2006, MacNeil was inducted into the Hall of Merit for the American Hereford Association. In his work at the Fort Keogh Livestock Range and Research Laboratory, MacNeil is the lead scientist among a group of 5 scientists developing strategies for reducing the cost of beef production. His research involves things such as weaning weights, carcass trait databases, and genetic potentials. The broad-based acceptance of MacNeil's work is evidenced by the fact that MacNeil's breeding objectives are currently being used by the American International Charolais Association, the American Hereford Association, the North American Limousine Foundation, the Circle A Angus Sire Alliance, and the American Semental Association. While MacNeil was raised in Ithaca, New York, and he received a degree in agriculture from Cornell University there, his career has been spent in the Midwest and West. After graduating from Cornell in 1974, he went to Montana State to pursue his master's degree. By 1976, MacNeil was working as a research assistant at SDSU and pursuing his doctorate in animal breeding and genetics. He spent 1979-80 at SDSU as an instructor, and then was off to Clay Center, Nebraska for the next 8 years. He progressed from being a statistical consultant for the University of Nebraska to being statistician for the USDA, then being a research animal scientist with the United States Department of Agriculture. For his impact and the research that's made a difference in the field of bovine genetics, Michael MacNeil is honored here tonight as a 2010 recipient of the South Dakota State University Distinguished Alumni Award for Outstanding Professional Achievement.